Your brain starts eating itself. No, seriously, when you skip sleep, your brain activates cells called microglia that literally start munching on your neural connections. It's like having tiny Pac-Mans in your head going waka waka on your synapses. Scientists found that sleep-deprived mice had 13.5% more microglial activity than well-rested ones. So when you feel like your brain is fried after an all-nighter, it kind of actually is. Your brain is basically stress eating itself like you stress eating chips at 2 a.m. You become drunk without drinking. After 17 to 19 hours without sleep, your brain performs about as well as someone with a blood alcohol level of 0.05%. That's halfway to legally drunk in most places. Stay awake for 24 hours and you're at 0.1%. That's blackout territory. This is why everything seems absolutely hilarious at 4 a.m. Your friend's terrible joke about a sandwich? Comedy gold. Your own reflection in the bathroom mirror? Peak entertainment. You're not sleep deprived, you're sleep drunk. Your brain starts hallucinating. Around the 24-hour mark, your visual cortex begins to misfire. You'll start seeing shadows move, bugs that aren't there, or swear you heard someone call your name. One study found that 80% of people experience visual distortions after 60 hours awake. Your brain is so desperate for sleep that it starts creating its own entertainment. It's like Netflix, but way more terrifying, and you can't turn it off. Your memory becomes a broken iPhone. Sleep deprivation destroys your hippocampus's ability to form new memories. It's like trying to save files on a computer with a corrupted hard drive. Nothing sticks. You'll have conversations you won't remember, make decisions that seem logical at the time, but make 0 sense later and lose entire chunks of time. 1 minute you're studying, the next you're somehow ordering a unicorn onesie online at 5 a.m. with no memory of how you got there. Studies show that 1 night of sleep loss can reduce memory formation by up to 40%. So yeah, cramming all night? Your brain is literally forgetting what you're trying to learn. You develop temporary superpowers, and they suck. Your brain starts producing more dopamine when sleep deprived, which sounds great until you realize this makes you terrible at risk assessment. You'll think dangerous ideas are brilliant and boring tasks are impossible. Want to reorganize your entire room at 3 a.m.? Genius plan. Need to respond to one email? Absolutely insurmountable task. Your brain literally cannot tell the difference between important and stupid anymore. This is why sleep-deprived people are more likely to gamble, make impulsive purchases, and think that starting a podcast about their thoughts on breakfast cereals is a viable career move. Your brain becomes a drama queen. Sleep deprivation makes your brain catastrophize everything. That slightly weird text from your friend? Obviously they hate you now. Your boss wants to chat. You're definitely getting fired. The weird noise your car made? Engine explosion imminent. The anterior cingulate cortex, which helps with rational thinking, becomes hyperactive when you're tired, making everything seem like a crisis. Your brain is essentially stuck in everything is terrible mode. This is why 3 a.m. thoughts are so dark and dramatic. Your brain isn't being realistic. It's being a sleep-deprived drama queen who thinks a hangnail is a medical emergency. Your brain's janitor calls in sick. During sleep, your brain's glymphatic system, basically its cleaning crew, flushes out toxic waste products, including amyloid beta proteins linked to Alzheimer's disease. Stay awake, and the janitor doesn't show up. It's like not taking out your trash for weeks. All that mental garbage just sits there, building up. One study found that just 1 night without sleep increases amyloid beta levels by 5% in key brain regions. So when you feel foggy and gross after an all-nighter, that's literally toxic waste floating around in your brain. Appetizing, right? Your internal GPS breaks. Sleep deprivation destroys your spatial navigation abilities. The part of your brain that usually helps you navigate, the hippocampus, starts misfiring like a broken GPS that keeps telling you to turn left into a lake. You'll get lost in places you know well, misjudge distances, and bump into things more often. London taxi drivers, who have enlarged hippocampi from memorizing the city's streets, perform significantly worse on navigation tests when sleep deprived. This is why you'll walk into the same doorframe 3 times in one night. Your brain's internal GPS is stuck on recalculating route. You become a walking zombie, literally. Micro sleeps start happening. Your brain literally shuts down for 1 to 30 seconds while you're still awake. Your eyes might be open. You might even be walking, but your brain has checked out. During micro sleeps, your brain waves look identical to those during sleep. You're essentially sleepwalking while awake. This is why people fall asleep standing up, why you'll stare at the same sentence for 5 minutes without reading it, and why you might find yourself in the kitchen with no memory of walking there. One study found that after 22 hours without sleep, people experienced microsleeps every few minutes. You're not staying awake. You're just taking really short, really inconvenient naps. Your emotions. Go full toddler mode. The amygdala, your brain's emotional center, becomes 60% more reactive when you're sleep deprived. Meanwhile, the prefrontal cortex, which normally keeps your emotions in check, basically takes a vacation. This is why you'll cry at a commercial about friendship between a dog and a duck, then get unreasonably angry because your cereal is too loud. Your emotional regulation is broken. You're essentially a very tall, very tired toddler. Here's the scary truth. You can't actually tell how impaired you are when you're sleep deprived. Your metacognition, your ability to assess your own mental state, is one of the first things to go. So while you're stumbling around like a drunk person, hallucinating shadows, and crying at dog videos, your brain is telling you, I'm fine, everything's normal. You're basically the friend who says they're totally sober while trying to unlock their house with a credit card. Studies show that people consistently overestimate their performance when sleep deprived by about 50%. You think you're functioning at 80% when you're actually at 40%. The bottom line: your brain needs sleep like your lungs need air. When you stay up all night, you're essentially holding your breath mentally. Sure, you can do it for a while, but eventually, something's got to give. So the next time you're tempted to pull an all-nighter, remember, your brain will literally start eating itself. You'll become functionally drunk, and you might start seeing things that aren't there. And the worst part, you won't even realize how messed up you are until you finally get some sleep and wonder what the hell you were thinking when you decided to reorganize your sock drawer by color and fabric softness at 4 a.m. Sleep isn't for the weak. It's for people who want their brains to work properly. Now go take a nap. If this video made you realize you're probably sleep deprived right now, hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. And seriously, go to bed, brow.